You know, your home is so much more than just concrete and steel, isn't it? It's where your life happens. It's your community. And for most of us, it's the biggest investment we'll ever make. But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually holding it all together, protecting it year after year? Let's take a look. Think about it. Every single day, your building is out there fighting a silent battle against the elements. Rain, humidity, the sun, temperature swings. It's a lot. Now, it's designed to be incredibly tough, but just like anything built to last, it needs our help. The key is really understanding what we're up against. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with a quick health check for our building. Then I'll show you how to read the signs it gives us. We'll get into how water can be a real troublemaker, talk about some simple ways to prevent big problems, see why getting ahead of repairs is so important, and wrap up by talking about how this is really a team effort. So when engineers design a building, they design it to last for a really, really long time. But here's the thing, and this is super important. Hitting that full lifespan isn't a given. It doesn't just happen on its own. It takes consistent, thoughtful care along the way. All right, if there's one public enemy number one for your building's health, it's water. Seriously, when water isn't managed properly, it can slowly but surely start to weaken the very bones of the structure. It's just relentless, always trying to find a way inside. Now, here's the cool part. Your building actually talks to you. It gives you clues when something's not right. You just have to learn how to listen, or in this case, how to look. And anyone can do this. We can all become detectives, spotting the small signs before they ever become big headaches. Okay, clue number one. Ever see something like this? Those damp patches or water stains on the walls or ceilings? That's your building telling you loud and clear that water is getting in from somewhere it shouldn't. It's a super common issue, especially in buildings that have been around for a while. Next up, cracks. And right away, let me say, don't panic. A tiny hairline crack here or there is often totally normal. What we're on the lookout for are the ones that are getting bigger, wider, or longer. Think of those as open invitations for water to come right into the heart of the structure. And this right here, this is a big one. It's called spalling. That's the technical term for when you see concrete flaking and chipping off. When you see this, it's a major red flag. It means water has already gotten inside, it's rusting the steel skeleton, and that rusting steel is literally pushing the concrete off from the inside. Okay, so we've seen the signs on the outside, the stains, the cracks, the flaking. But what's really going on inside? Let's peek behind the curtain and look at the science. It's pretty amazing, actually, how a tiny little bit of water can start a huge chain reaction. It all kicks off so simply. Water finds a little opening, maybe a tiny crack. And since concrete is kind of like a sponge, it just soaks that water up, pulling it deeper and deeper inside. Eventually, it reaches the steel bars. We call that rebar that make up the building's skeleton. And that's when the real trouble starts. To get what happens next, we have to talk about something called carbonation. Sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. See, healthy concrete has this natural chemical property. It's highly alkaline, which acts like a bodyguard for the steel, protecting it from rust. But over the years, CO2 from the air gets into the concrete and slowly neutralizes that protection. Here's a great way to picture it. Just think of the concrete's alkalinity as a magical force field protecting the steel inside. Carbonation is like this slow, invisible process that gradually wears that force field down, year after year, until, poof, it's gone. And once that force field is down, you've got the perfect recipe for rust. All you need are two more things: oxygen, which is everywhere in the air, and water, from those leaks we talked about. Put them all together with the unprotected steel, and you get corrosion. That rust takes up more space, it expands, and it literally cracks the concrete apart from within. Okay, I know that all sounds a little intense, but here's the really good news. We have a ton of power to stop this whole process in its tracks. And the number one strategy is just manage the water. Let's talk about some really simple, practical things we can all do. These are just common sense things that make a world of difference. Like making sure the water from AC units is draining away properly instead of just running down the wall. Or seeing that rain gutters are doing their job and not letting water pool up next to the building. Even just being smart about where water goes when washing cars. Every single drop we keep away from the structure helps. So prevention is awesome. It's our best tool. But what if you already see some of those signs we talked about? Well, that's where being proactive with repairs is absolutely critical. We're talking about fixing that small problem now before it has a chance to turn into a massive, expensive headache down the road. Just look at the difference here. Being proactive means repairs are planned, they're scheduled, they cost way, way less in the long run, and they protect your investment. Waiting until it's an emergency, that's reactive. It's chaotic, it's incredibly expensive, and it means you're just fixing damage that's already been done. It's really a no-brainer which approach is better. And this is a perfect example of what I mean. On the left, you've got the problem, a leaky joint that's a direct pathway for water. And on the right, the solution. A professional came in, sealed it all up, and put in a proper surface that directs water away. It's not just a patch, it's a permanent fix. And professionals have a whole toolbox of solutions for these kinds of things. They can do things like waterproof those big joints between concrete sections, carefully patch up any of that flaking or spalling we saw, and even make sure things like heavy planters on balconies aren't causing stress or leaking water where they shouldn't be. Which really brings us to the heart of the matter. Keeping our homes safe and sound isn't just somebody else's job. It truly is a shared responsibility. Every single one of us has a role to play in protecting this huge investment we all share and, protecting each other. I absolutely love this quote because it gets the mindset just right. We have to stop thinking of maintenance as just another bill to pay. It's not an expense, it's an investment. It's an investment in our safety, in the value of our home, and honestly, in our own peace of mind. So when you boil it all down, it rests on three main pillars. Pillar 1, regular checkups from the pros. Pillar 2, smart everyday maintenance to prevent issues. And Pillar 3, jumping on repairs quickly when they're needed. Get those three things right, and you've got the foundation for a safe, strong building for years to come. So I want to leave you with one final thought, something to maybe chat about with your neighbors. After everything we've talked about today, from spotting the clues to finding the solutions, what's the one most important thing that you, as a community, can do this year to protect this amazing place you all call home?